Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Beneath a Steel Sky. We got a corpse here, but I'm gonna completely ignore it and see about the two new items we got off of that corpse. Like the dark glasses.
Give me
Of those shades?
Yes, go on.
They're broken.
Good to know! So, last time, the camera over here shot laser beams and took out this guy, Officer Reich, who called us Overmen.
Give me an analysis.
It's an ID card in the name of Reich.
So now we gotta figure out who Overman is, because we have Robert Foster here. He's not Overman. But we can't do anything else, so let's get out of here and onto the top of Erie Tower.
We're way up in the clouds, Joey. We need to find a way to the ground.
Now, to me, that sounds like a bit of bipolarism in terms of how Robert's feeling. Like, we're in the clouds, we're so high! I want to get down to the ground. Really, now. I want to get down to the ground. Now, the first place I want to go is in here. Actually, no, I don't want to go in here. Joey, where are you? Joey doesn't follow you everywhere, but he does follow you in a lot of places.
What do you reckon we should do?
See that railing?
Uh-huh.
Take a jump over it, Foster.
Well, aren't you just the sweetest robot in the world?
Never.
Except I wasn't really facing a... I was facing a wall and not a railing. I guess you're supposed to talk to him immediately afterwards, but... oh well. Now I want to go in here because there's two guys. Let's talk to them.
Yes? I'd like to... Is this regarding a domestic incident? I've been transferred from domestics. I have this tendency to get emotionally involved. You're too sensitive, Sam. It's my nature, Norville.
It's not about a domestic.
That's a relief.
So, we got their names out of that wonderful conversation. Sam and Norval. Interesting characters, I think, just because of their quaintness and buddiness between each other.
Do you know a guy called Overman?
Never heard of him.
And we're gonna hear that question a lot.
I'd like to join the security services.
Are you kidding? You mean you're volunteering?
That's right. I heard it's a great life.
It is. But you're not hard enough. You've got to have tattoos and stuff.
Really? Oh well.
Yes?
I'd like a few answers.
Yes?
How do I get down to ground level? Who is Overman?
You can get information from the link terminal. Just who are you, anyway?
I'm here to inspect the building.
Yes?
That's right. Routine inspection.
Yes? Heard anything about an inspection, Sam? What kind of an inspection, Norville? A routine inspection. Routine, huh? Phew, that's unusual. It's not convenient right now. Quit pestering me when I'm busy.
I kind of like Norval just because half of his lines are just the same voice clip over and over going, yes.
Yes?
Exactly.
You didn't answer my question.
Didn't I make myself plain enough for you, lame brain?
No.
You can get information from the link terminal. Now, scram! While you've still got the use of your legs.
You shouldn't get yourself so worked up.
Oh, hell. I'm sorry. It's my nerves.
Your nerves of... Your nerves of what? I don't really know.
Can I get into the security building?
Yes? Run your card through the slot to call the elevator. Be vigilant.
Be vigilant. Now, here's the terminal over here, but I'm gonna actually look at it later because there's no reason for me to actually look at it right now.
It's some kind of security device.
Well, no, really.
It's not triggered by my weight.
Nope, but it's mostly triggered by my ID card. So, let's use it. Let's see what Officer Reich, Commander, Officer, whichever. Reich's card, what can it do?
Having a problem with your card?
Uh-oh.
Let me check that for you.
Now here's another one of those dichotomy things. Well, actually, I'm gonna go with the bottom one this time because the top one actually has less flavor text.
My card is coated with porridge.
Porridge?
Yeah, I dropped it in my breakfast. I meant to clean it, but I forgot.
I've done that so many times myself.
Really?
It's so easily done, isn't it? You're having breakfast, you're in a rush, and plop. Your card's submerged in soggy cereal.
Well, at least he understands.
Oh, nothing.
Ah, no, I don't want to talk to you. I want to just flip my card in here once more.
Not you again. Come here.
Still not working.
Are you using that dirty card again?
I tried wiping it on my sleeve.
Give me that card now.
If you insist.
Looks just fine. Must have been a glitch in the scanner.
Now, him talking about the glitch in the scanner is pretty much the top option, if you were wondering what the top option was. But the porridge just has a lot more flavor text to it. Swipe it again!
There's one born every minute, eh? That'll teach him not to use stolen ID.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. And again, we get this screen. I'm not going to be showing off every single death, but just the ones that are interesting. And that one was kind of interesting, so I'll be right back. So here's the top option if you were just curious.
All right, here's my card.
Looks just fine.
Really?
Must have been a glitch in the scanner.
Exactly the same. So we can just leave here. This game has just so much flavor to it that I really have to show off a lot of it. So now that we're there, let's head right. And now we're over here. Joey, come on. Be in the same screen as me, please. There's a notice.
Interlevel access suspended during routine anti-terrorist strike. Security services, protecting the community.
And blocking them off from the rest of the city. There's a nice thing over here called the cable. Nice and red.
A loose cable. Now that could be very useful.
Very useful indeed.
I can't reach the cable.
But of course, it's gonna be for later. So let's go check up on the wonderful helicopter that's blocking our way to any sort of other block that could be up here.
That chopper's a write-off. I was lucky to get out alive. What happened here?
Sabotage chopper crashed. Destroyed the hospital.
A hospital? That's tragic.
Could have been worse. It almost hit the factory.
Aha, that's what we're important. That is what's more important than a hospital. Is progress.
When will this wreckage be cleared?
When the cleanup crew arrive, walkway is off limits. You'll have to take the elevator down to Bellevue.
It's not working.
Too bad.
You're not very helpful.
It's not in my nature to help people.
In that case, why did you join security?
My mother talked me into it. I wanted to work with animals. Always fancied vivisection.
You kid?
Do you mind if I watch?
There's nothing much to see. They've already scraped out the remains of the crew.
Ow.
Were there any survivors?
Yeah. The dirty sab who caused the crash. But Captain Reich will deal with him. He's a living legend among security men.
I'm sure he will deal with the saboteur.
So you reckon it was sabotage?
Things don't crash without a reason. I don't want to be a scaremonger, but it was probably the work of crazes from Hobart.
Hobart? What's that?
A rival corporation, Hobart City.
Never mind.
So there's our first instance of hearing about another area besides Union City, and that's Hobart City. we don't... I don't believe we actually hear about the other two areas. And I think I only said there were 6 areas. I believe there's 6 states and 2 territories. So, 8. But I think it's only Union City and Hobart City that we actually get to talk about because of their turmoil and competition between each other economically. I'll deal with the terminal. There are terminals everywhere, so missing one is not so much of a big deal. So now we're in this other factory here. A nice robot.
It's a robot welder. Joey would love that shell.
I'm sure he would, besides that one.
There's no access to his insides.
Plus, he's kind of working right now, so I guess using this wrench now...
I'd be crazy to dismantle a robot while it's active.
Exactly.
It's a robot, Joey.
Yep.
How can we get off this level, Joey?
We need to find an elevator, unless you're prepared to jump.
And I'm not prepared to jump.
Do you want a new shell, Joey?
Do you mean that welder?
That's right. You like it?
I'll say. It's the mutt's nuts.
Sure it is.
The shell can't be removed while the robot's active.
Yep, and I can't do anything about it now, so I have to deactivate the robot somehow. However, there's this nice woman showing off her midriff for some reason working, and why? Oh well.
Has security been in here?
Yeah, they really stirred up. Think they were looking for someone.
Now the thing about this conversation is it is a bit unique. You can only choose 2 out of the 3 before something else happens. Don't worry, you can also do the 3rd option later.
What are you doing?
I'm checking the pipes. Do they have to be perfect?
That's ridiculous. If they have to be perfect, they should be checked by a robot.
Like Joey!
Huh.
He's my mechanoid chum, Joey.
It's cute. Does it do tricks?
Not really. He just follows me around and gets in my way.
Oh. Never mind.
How do I get down to ground level?
Take the elevator. Or the big jump if you're desperate.
The elevator's not working.
Oh, great. Lamb will be furious if he can't get down to Bellevue for his lunch. Look, I'm not supposed to talk to you.
Why not?
Supervisor's orders.
Okay, never mind me saying about those 2 out of 3.
Transferring you, lass.
Oh boy.
I wish you wouldn't call me that. My name is Anita.
Don't answer back, woman. Report to the testing room immediately. What are you doing here? Do you know who I am, lad?
I've no idea. I don't work here.
I'm Gilbert Lamb, the supervisor.
Mind if I look around?
I certainly do. Who are you?
Well, we might as well stay with the same kind of story that we've been doing.
Safety inspector.
Outrageous! I've not been notified. Besides, we were inspected last week.
Weekly inspection.
This is a random spot check.
Oh.
I don't care. Get out!
Security. Looking for a fugitive.
This factory's been searched already. He's not here.
Can't be too careful.
Just don't interfere with production. What's that robot doing here?
He's my personal assistant. Say hello, Joey.
Hello, Joey.
Pity he's got no brain.
So that was Gilbert Lamb. Very interesting character.
Never mind.
And by interesting, I
Hey,
mean...
Lamb.
Oh. Lamb? Oh, there he is. Sweet. I can talk to him out here. I was gonna head back in and talk to him in there. So we can talk to him now.
Do you know a guy called Overman?
Doberman? No, I don't.
Never mind.
What do you do for entertainment around here?
If I'm looking for entertainment, I go home and watch a video.
When will the elevator be repaired?
Isn't it working?
It doesn't appear to be.
What? How am I supposed to get my lunch? I'll starve to death.
Oh, really?
Fat chance.
Ah.
It's not good enough. I shall register a complaint. The council shall hear of this.
Hey, Lamb.
Get back here. Now, an interesting thing about if you choose the security option, which I'll show off. If you choose the security option, he'll actually accuse you of why it's not working and why haven't you done anything about it. So there are differences in terms of the dialogue. Very minute, but there are differences.
When will the elevator be repaired?
Isn't it working?
It doesn't appear to be.
What? How am I supposed to get my lunch? I'll starve to death.
Fat chance.
I thought you said you work for security.
I'm in a different department. We'll probably have to wait until the intruder has been captured.
That could take all day. I shall register a complaint. The council shall hear of this.
Is your coat made of real fur?
That's right, real beaver fur.
Oh.
Made from the last 10 beavers in the world.
Oh.
Do you like it?
Well, my idea, no, but hey, why not this one?
It's totally cool.
And expensive.
It's disgusting and immoral.
You're one of those soft sentimentalists, aren't you? Well, I couldn't give a damn about beavers.
Now, there's another thing about Robert. Everybody else either has like an English or Australian voice actor. Robert has an American voice actor, so in terms of this game, it was really for European audiences in terms of dialogue options, because it's well smart. But he said it was totally cool. I think later there's a dialogue option for saying that's like a jumper, which is a sweater. However, Robert says it's a sweater. That's simply because he has an American voice actor. It also makes him more out of place.
What does your factory produce?
Pipes, ducts, and conduits.
Anything important?
What do you think this city is built on?
Well, this one is actually too obvious. So, yeah.
Human endeavor?
Oh, aye, but I'm talking about pipes.
Pipes.
Think of all the things they're used for.
Like sewers, you mean?
Let me tell you something, lad. Pipes are the arteries of this mighty erection. The veins through which its lifeblood pumps. And I am proud to serve the corporation.
I suppose somebody has to be. Rock and roll?
Don't be daft. I'm talking pipes here. Think of all the things they're used for.
Like sewers, you mean?
Let me tell you something, lad. Pipes are the arteries of this mighty erection. The veins through which its lifeblood pumps. And I am proud to serve the corporation.
I suppose somebody has to be. See you later.
Now, in terms of what he just said there about being proud to serve the corporation, his dossier in the manual says otherwise. As he keeps swiping his card. So, Gilbert Lamb lives in Erie Tower, in the block. Suspect has turbulent childhood history, found abandoned at age 13 in the tire factory. Parents not identified, but suspected as D-Links, which I will get into what a D-Link is. Lamb joined the New Youth League and championed the elimination of animal preservation rights and Union City ecology conservation laws. See his beaver coat. Recently promoted to supervisor without link approval. It is suspected that an unsanctioned link access has illegally amended link records on Lamb's behalf. So he's under a level 3 surveillance according to the manual. Yep, Lamb, we can't go down, so you're fine. Anyway, in terms of the actually, his promotion, it's actually mentioned in the game if you're really willing to look for it. But it's a bit later. Okay, now we're in this area, finally, after getting kicked out by Lamb, which has a lot of interesting stuff in there.
Some kind of scanner.
This is something I actually really love doing with Robert, because once he shrugs at you, you can just make him pirouette on the spot, just make him spin around and do a little dance. Wee-hoo! Anyway.
Never mind.
Can't do anything with Joey, but we have an exit here, so let's see.
Hey,
Whoops.
My mistake. Thought it was the John.
it's the storeroom for robots only. Lamb doesn't trust humans to go in there, even though there's nothing worth pinching.
And of course, Robert said John instead of toilet. Anyway, let's
Excuse
talk to
me.
this man. If he will come on, in the designated area.
Any intruders to report?
No, sir. Hey, just a minute. Who are you?
Well, I just asked it if I just asked if there were any intruders, so
Security.
I suppose you're looking for the intruder.
Yeah. Seen anything suspicious?
I've been too busy with this rush job.
Safety inspector.
Not again. If there's been a breach of regulations, see Lamb about it. He's responsible for safety.
Don't you get bored working here?
Well, not me. I like my job.
What's so good about it?
With this clipboard for starters, look at the finish on that plastic.
Lovely piece of lamination.
Isn't it just?
I can tell you're proud of it.
Oh, yes. They don't make clipboards like this anymore.
oh, I love my job. I love that sound. I love that sound clip.
How do I get off this level?
Well, I hear there's been a crash, so access to High Green is cut off. You'll have to use the elevator.
So the other place we could have gone to is High Green, but we can't, sadly.
What can you tell me about the council?
I used to think they did a great job, but since they promoted Lamb, I've had my doubts.
Well, again, there's something suspicious about that.
Do you know a guy called Overman?
I don't think so. He certainly doesn't work here.
So we never actually got his name, and we don't get to actually know his name for, well, quite a while, actually. His name is actually Potts, P-O-T-T-S, and I'm gonna say this now, but he actually doesn't have a dossier like other characters, so he's kind of sad.
It's part of the mechanism driving the conveyor. Sure to lose my fingers if I put them in there.
So don't put them in there, you stupid... So actually, we need to be able to stop construction in progress in order to make the robot stop working. So, looks like...
That's really put a wrench in the works.
Oh, no! Production stopped.
Bingo!
You wouldn't know anything about it, would you?
Me?
Me? I'm no technician.
Me neither. Lamb will go crazy. Can't you do anything to help me?
I don't know anything about machinery.
Oh, well. I'll pretend I didn't notice it.
The machinery looks outdated to me.
It's not that old. It was only built 30 years ago.
That explains why it stopped, doesn't it? I could get my robot pal to look at it.
No, thanks. In my experience, robots spell trouble. Oh, well. I'll pretend I didn't notice it.
That's a good thing. So production stopped, which means everything is kind of stopped except for him working at a console and working on his clipboard that he's so in love with. Now, one thing you may not know, or many people may not know while playing this game, is that you can actually go...
I'll keep this wrench. It's really useful.
And get your wrench back. And that's something that can trip people up when you have to use the wrench again later in the game. Now what I want to do is have Joey do this.
I want you to check out the storeroom.
What's the catch?
There's no catch. There could be something useful in there.
Don't count on it.
And now Joey just strolls in there. Alright.
Looks through to another room.
And this is a nice feature of the game. Windows. We can actually look into different rooms without getting caught or doing anything weird. And I can actually see Joey looking around. And also a transport robot, which is, well, that's just fine. So what did Joey find?
Find anything useful in the stores?
No, but there's a fuse box on the wall, connected to the alarm system.
Can you disconnect it?
Sorry, no can do.
And he can't do anything because he is a cleaning robot. He doesn't have the ability to do anything about that. So, luckily,
The program seems to have crashed.
production
It's locked up completely.
has stopped, which means that this robot here has stopped.
It's a robot welder. Joey would...
Yep,
There's no access to his insides.
I should be able to get to it now. Let's see what I can do with the wrench that we need to have.
I've loosened the robot's shell.
Bingo.
It's a
Yep.
The shell is loose now.
Alright, so let's see.
Do you want a new shell, Joey?
I hope this isn't a wind-up.
And also some of the text doesn't match the dialogue. Just let it pass. It doesn't happen a lot. Bingo.
Excellent.
I'm saying bingo a lot, so what?
How do you like the new shell?
It's sleek. Can't wait to use the welder.
You be careful with that thing. If I want you to use it, I'll tell you.
Exterminate! Exterminate!
Heh.
And cut that out!
Now, for some of you who may not know the reference, interesting that they put a Doctor Who reference of all things into here, because, well, Joey kind of does look like a Dalek.
Never mind.
And with that, Joey has his new shell, and he really wants to use that welder, and that welder is going to come in handy when we go back and look into the storeroom. See you next time, everyone!